So on 32, I know you asked on 32B. I'm just going to explain the difference between 32A and 32B. On 32A, it is not a right triangle. On 32B, it is a right triangle. Now, both of them are trying to find an angle. Now, on 32A, I know three sides, and I want to find an angle. Now, this is called side, side, side. And when you have side, 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 you're going to be using the law of cosines. But one way just to check if you can't remember the different situations, take a look at what you know. I know side 8. I don't know the angle across from it. I know side 12, but I don't know the angle across from it. I know side 10, but I don't know the angle across from it. I needed to know one pair, either 8 and the angle opposite it, or 10 and the angle opposite it, or 12 and the angle opposite it. That would have been law of sines. Since I don't know that, I'm going to be using law of cosines. And for law of cosines, let me just write out these letters here. So let's say that this is angle A, this is angle B, and then we have our angle C. Now, what that means is the 8 is going to be side C, the 12 is going to be little a, and the 10 is going to be little b, because it's always what I'm running a triangle, sorry. Whatever side is opposite it. Okay, so that would be little b. That is going to be little a, and that is going to be little c. Okay, so since I want to find angle C, what I'm going to do is the following. I am going to do cosine of angle C is equal to the sides that are not across, b squared plus a squared minus the one that is across, c squared, all over 2 times a times b. That's the formula. So if I'm going to find cosine of angle C, I am going to have 10 squared, that's little b, 12 squared, that's little a, 8 squared, that's little c, all over 2 times a, which is 12, and b, which is 10. Now I'm going to put this into my calculator. And let's see what we get. So give me a sec to put it in my calculator. So 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 8 squared over 2 times 12 times 10. I ended up with 3/4 if I did it as a fraction. Now, that's not my angle. That's what the cosine of that angle is. To find the angle, I need to do cosine inverse. So I'm going to do cosine inverse of 3/4, and that's going to equal my angle C. So when I put that into my calculator, making sure my calculator is in degrees, I end up getting 41.4, about 41.41. So this is going to be 41.41 degrees is angle C. Okay. Now on 32B, when I'm trying to do this one, what I'm going to do is, since it's a right triangle, I'm going to be using SOHCAHTOA. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. So if I'm here at this angle, this 7 is going to be opposite. and the 13 is going to be adjacent. So I'm going to be using tangent. So I'm going to go tangent of angle C is equal to opposite, which is 7, over adjacent, which is 13. Now, I don't, again, want to know what the tangent is. I want to know the angle that gave me that tangent. So I'm going to have tangent inverse of 7 over 13 is equal to angle C. And let me put that into my calculator. And when I do that, I end up getting a 28.30 degrees as my angle. So hopefully that helps you out. Again, the first one is not a right triangle, so I'm either going to use law of sines or law of cosines. In this case, it was law of cosines. The second one is a right triangle, so I can use SOHCAHTOA.